Hey, it's me, Chase, again. We're going to be learning some more Unity VR. Um, and I say we because I'm also learning with you in the Unity VR Learn With Me series. And today we're going to do Locomotion, moving around with the joysticks. So yeah, see you in a bit. Alrighty, so as you just saw, I designed this room. It's pretty cool. I've got this living room, and I got a cool little mirror. Hold on, I made it really big. The walkway, but as you know, yeah. So now we're gonna go in there in VR, and let's check it out. So press play. I got my Oculus set up on the cable, and then we're gonna put on the headset, and it's gonna build, and we'll be able to see it. So go in here. Sweet. We are looking around. As I'm moving my head, notice how it's moving around. So yeah, what we can also do is use the controller to move, and it moves. You have to actually program this, and so I'll show you real quick how to do that. If you don't do that, it's boop, boop, boop. But if you want to use the controller to do that, you need to do the programming. So next thing we're gonna do is show you how to do that. All right, so as we just saw, we decorated the room, and then we kind of went in the room, looked around, and then we used the controller to kind of like move around, using the joystick thing. So how do we do that? And again, real quick, following along on the Unity tutorial VR Locomotion, you can see that right here. I'm going step by step, recording what I'm learning as I go. So this is not necessarily what I know, it's what I'm learning with you. So essentially, what it's saying to do is to be able to move around with the joystick, you need to add a component. You need to add the component to the XR rig. The XR rig was imported as a VR project setup template from the tutorial. So I am assuming when you make a new project in the future, you may have to do some setup with this. But as we have it right now, we have actually I'm going to remove this as well. This is what it would look like when you just start this tutorial. And then what you need to do is add in a locomotion system. What this is just allowing your camera to move around from the controllers, I believe. I think when you go in without this, you can still look around with your, with your headset on. But this will allow other things with your controller movement. And what they want you to do is add on the XR rig to the XR origin. That is just connecting the locomotion system to the XR rig right here. And then what we're going to want to do is, there's a lot of different ways you can move around, but we are going to look at the snap turn provider. And real quick, there's a few different ways you can move around or look around in VR. And if you've gone into VR, you've probably experienced these. There's a snap version where you kind of like snap like 45-degree angles, or you can like kind of look around continuously, stuff like that. There's pros and cons of each. When you're looking around like that, but you're doing it with your controller, it kind of causes motion sickness. They call it simulation sickness, which I've experienced. and then also, but then like a pro of, but it, you know, it's more fluid, so it's like a pro. And then the other one is snapping, where you snap in degrees. So it's kind of like more rigid, but it definitely is not as cool when you're like in VR, but it does prevent motion sickness. So that's kind of the pro of it. So you see, you do the snap turn provider, and then you just connect it with the XR rig right there, and then there you go. You can move your controller by snapping. If you'd want to do the continuous, you would, probably uncheck that because you don't want two different ones at the same time. And you go to continuous term provider, and then you kind of see a sneak peek of a move provider, but we're just going to do turning right now, and it's the action-based one. And then, there's some settings like turn speed. You can turn this down. And again, this is when you're in VR and you're using the controller with the joystick, it will continuously move the camera. This is not talking about you moving your head, this is talking about the controller. So yeah, that's how in the previous section I was moving around, not with my head, I just moved my head, but I was moving around with my controller, and you could see it when I was in VR. So yeah, that's what we're learning. Next, we're going to be kind of going into movement and things like that, but I'm going to be doing that in another video, so this doesn't get too long. But if you learned anything, we appreciate a like, subscribe, and just leave a comment with any questions or things that you want to talk to me about. All right, bye.